This is Charlie. Remember him? He got the opportunity to edit a movie for Netflix. Of course, he responded with yes, but if he wants to get hired, he needs to pass a test first. So he called me and asked for my help. Well, luckily, I have a list with Premiere Pro features only the pro editors know about. Now, when you're editing every day, Premiere will build up a huge pile of cache files, which in time can cause crashes and slow down Premiere. Next time when you launch Premiere, hold down Alt on Windows or Option on Mac and then click the Premiere icon. Now a window will pop up with these 4 options. The first one will reset your preferences, like for example the brightness of your workspace, etc. Clearing your media cache files will make Premiere faster in general because we're throwing away those cache files. These are temporary files that Premiere stores when you're editing. I like to do this every now and then. If you're having problems with plugins in Premiere, check this option. This deletes the plugin's cache files that Premiere stores, which could fix issues that you might have. If you have any third-party VSTs installed, you can disable them with this option. VSTs are, by the way, audio plugins. Alright, next trick. Sometimes when editing, you can accidentally delete an audio clip. You can't use Ctrl-Z to undo because you're way too far ahead in the edit. But wait, I think I know something. Select the video in a timeline and hit F on your keyboard. This will open up the source monitor, and as you can see, it also created an in and out selection, which is the exact length of the video in your timeline. And from here, we can simply click and drag the audio icon and just drag that into the timeline. Look at that. The audio is back. Charlie, write that down just in case you mess things up, alright? Now, what if you created a talking head video, but you used a different microphone? Then you want the audio to sync with your video, otherwise it'll look like this, which is pretty terrible. Now to do that, you can move the clip around and kind of guess where the right spot is. Now just kidding, don't do that. Select the clips in your timeline and right-click it. Choose Synchronize. We're editing the clip from left to right, so make sure that clip start is enabled. Click OK and boom, the clips are synced. On to the next one. Let's say you just pulled the green key in Premiere and you want to export it for future projects, or maybe it's just super slow in your timeline, so you want to render that, export it. So of course you want to have a transparent background. So to do that, go to the export window on top, then set the format to QuickTime, expand the video tab and set the video codec to ProRes 444. And finally, you want to make sure to enable alpha from the depth settings. Having those settings selected, you can now render your video with an alpha channel on the back, or basically it's transparent. Next up, I've got something very exciting for you guys. As you know, we've been working together with Storyblocks for many years. They sponsor our channel, but right now, if you click the link below, you'll end up on my very own landing page. How cool is that? And if you browse a little further, you can find my own collection. I went ahead and uploaded all the shots from my travel projects that are 4K high quality clips of Iceland, the Faroe Islands, Normandy, and more. You'll also find some really cool shots of several of our film projects that we worked on, such as these crashing cars. Everything is there, mostly in a log color profile so that you have all the flexibility when color grading. And the cool thing is that these are royalty free now. That means that you can use them for both personal and commercial projects. There's no extra cost, just an active Storyblocks subscription. I am super excited about this, and if you use some of my shots in a video for social media, definitely tag us. I'd love to see what you guys make with it. Now, apart from only my stock clips, you can of course find over 1 million more high quality stock assets. Every theme and genre you can imagine is there. You can even find visual effects and Premiere or After Effects templates. There's music, sound effects, vectors, images, and you can download an unlimited of those. It is the best place to get your assets from. Storyblocks even won the 3rd place as the best software in the design products on G2. So if you haven't already, go get yourself a subscription. I truly recommend it to any creative. So take back your creative control with Storyblocks unlimited royalty-free stock library and tools today by going to storyblocks.com/Premiere Basics, or just simply click the first link in the description down below. What was that, Charlie? Oh, you want to know how to export faster? Be patient, my friend. I'll leave that trick till the end of the video. First, you need to clean up your project. There are just so many duplicates. What a mess. Now, duplicates can appear a lot when importing multiple projects, for example. Now, to delete them, find them manually and then delete them. Now, that's a joke, guys. Obviously. Go to the edit menu on top and choose consolidate duplicates. And now the duplicates are gone. This will also speed up Premiere when working on bigger projects, by the way. The less you have in your project window, the better. There's also an option in the menu to delete unused clips. Now I would only do that if you're finished with your edits. Otherwise, all the clips that you haven't used yet are gone and you might still be editing. Now guys, be honest with me. Do you ever look at this information right here? I mean, nobody does. So it's time to make that a little bit more useful. Right click on the tabs and choose choose metadata display. Now expand the project metadata. Remove everything you don't need. Next, we're gonna add a checkbox, and to do that, click Add Property. Give it a name, and for the type, choose Boolean. Click OK, and now you can, for example, check the clips that you don't need anymore, or where you want to add a checkbox or something to it. Amazing! If you go back to that metadata properties window, you could also add a box for text. Now you're able to add some sort of a comment or anything like a list of tags or something to your clips. That way you can be more organized. Hey Charlie, what's that? Don't cry. I know you're scared of failing the test, but what? Oh, you can't adjust the keyframes because they're too close together. Ah, I see. Well, let me show you how to fix that. Open up the menu next to the Effects Controls tab. Disable Pin to Clip. Now you can zoom in as much as you want. Now, if you want, you can set a shortcut to toggle this feature on or off. You know, there's small things like these which makes you think, wow, Premiere is great. As you already know, you can label your clips in the timeline, which is super useful. But sadly, the labels in the project window won't change. Good thing there's a fix for that. Click the wrench tool in the timeline and enable Show Source Clip Name and Label. This way the labels from the timeline and the project window are always in sync. That's what I do when something is in sync. Okay, so you created this cute lower third on a graphic layer, and now you want to use it in other projects, but the graphic layer is nowhere to be found in the project window. So select the clip and go to the Graphics and Titles menu on top, then click Upgrade to Source Graphic. That way a file will appear in the project window and you can just drag it in any other project. Or even better, just create a motion graphics template from it. And now it's time for the ultimate trick. We're going to increase your export speed drastically. First, take a look at this chart from YouTube. When uploading a 1080p video, you can export your videos at a certain bitrate. If you go higher than that, you won't even see any difference on YouTube. Often Premiere uses a much higher bitrate in Premiere, which makes the export time longer. In the export window, expand the video tab and click More. Then scroll down until you reach the bitrate settings. Lower the bitrate according to your video. For 1080p, which is nowadays standard, 10 megabytes per second will be just fine. The file size will also decrease a lot, and your rendering speed goes super fast. What was that, Charlie? You passed the test? Oh, good job. Now you can go ahead and edit MILF Manor. It's a great series. Now, these tricks are very nice to know about Premiere, but they won't make you a faster video editor. So definitely check out the video here on the left to learn how to edit faster inside Premiere Pro. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay creative.